thing and see homosexuality as unethical and immoral. So with that in mind, I decided to talk about homosexuality and why it is not a bad thing. Is homosexuality wrong? There is absolutely nothing wrong with homosexuality, and there's no logical reason for someone to be against it. However, there are still many in society that are adamantly against homosexuality. When asked to back up this claim, they give nonsensical and illogical arguments against it. So with that in mind, I decided to go over some of these arguments and point out why they make no sense. You cannot reproduce. First, I'll be going over the argument that homosexuality is a bad thing because gay or lesbian people cannot reproduce. This makes no sense for a few reasons. First, gays and lesbians make up only 2 to 4% of the world's population, which is going to cause no harm to the growth level of the population. Second, the world is already overpopulated and growing exceedingly faster, so slowing the population growth would actually be a good thing. It's unnatural. Next, I'll be going over the argument that homosexuality is a bad thing because it's unnatural. This, however, makes no sense. Nature is a description of everything that exists, meaning that there is no such thing as something being unnatural. As if something was unnatural, it would not exist. However, even with this definition of unnatural, this argument still makes no sense, as homosexuality can be seen in almost every animal population, including humans. It is immoral and goes against God. The next argument I'll be going over is the argument that homosexuality is wrong because it is immoral and goes against God. This argument makes no sense as it is built on nonsense, and this is because there's never been any real reasons presented for why homosexuality is immoral other than saying that it goes against God. This makes no sense because God has never been demonstrated to exist. It spreads diseases. Lastly, I'll be going over the argument that homosexuality is a bad thing because it leads to a spreading of diseases. This argument is not true. There is no proven disease that is caused by homosexuality. A common misconception is that AIDS is spread easier by homosexual sex. This, however, is not the case. When the statistics were recorded that said that AIDS were more prevalent within the gay community, it was during a time when gay and lesbian people had on average more sexual partners, meaning that a higher chance of